see you requested support for an auto accident. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. First of all, are you okay? Is anybody injured?
My car.
Just your car? Okay.
But I'm calling now because the officer finally showed up.
Okay. Um, have they talked to you yet?
No, he literally just showed up on scene.
Okay. Well, can you tell me real quick before you talk to the officer what led up to the accident?
Yeah, somebody in the right lane decided he didn't want to go make a right-hand turn and merged into me.
Okay. So
Took the
you're
front corner of my bumper and damaged the fender.
okay, so you're pretty confident that the other driver was at fault.
Well, I've got a dash cam to show the evidence. I just can't show it on my phone. I have to take the SD card
Okay.
home and
All right. Yeah, so if you are pretty confident that the other driver was at fault and you have like evidence to back you up, there's no harm in answering the officer's questions. Um, but if you feel like they're asking you questions like that are potentially going to incriminate you, you don't have to answer those questions.
okay.
Um, and if you want, we can, if it's safe to do so, we can walk around the outside of your vehicle and document the damage with your phone if you want.
Yeah. I just didn't want to be on this for too long without there being anybody showing up. There's the He also refused to give me his insurance until an officer showed up. He called a friend who's acting as an interpreter right now.
Okay. He speaks another language.
Spanish.
Okay.
The guy's only said two things to me. When we first pulled over, he got out and said, "You not know how to drive, amigo?" And then when I asked him for his insurance, he said, "You can wait for the police." So I didn't want to argue, so I just left it be.
Yeah, if things were going to start getting a little bit hostile, it's usually best to get the police involved and have them mediate.
Well, and given that I've got a CDL, I want to make sure I've got as many things covered as possible, cover all my bases.
Yes, sure. Yes, sir. It's definitely smart.
See if I can turn this around. That's the I'll go around this way so it doesn't feel like we're encroaching in on his conversation. Howdy. So about put a block down there where that right turn lane it turns in, or it's the two lanes. Yeah. So I was in the left lane following traffic, and he was in the right lane, and he just not behind him. He was kind of alongside me behind him. It's like he hit the tail of his truck was like right here when he started making. I don't know if it was a I was I wasn't paying 100% attention to him. I mean, he was in the right lane. I was watching traffic in the left lane, and I was just following the car in front of me. And here he comes over, and then of course, but no, no, didn't know. I was just following the car in front of me. That's all I was doing. But I mean, like I said, I've got a dash cam, so as soon as I get the footage, yeah, I have to get it home to pull the SD card out because I doesn't have an app on my phone. But I've got a dash cam that I'm going to pull the footage and send into the insurance company. Right. Trying. Let me grab my insurance right here in the car. Yes, sir. Okay. So he's officer was saying that my story didn't match the other guy. The other guy was saying that he was already up ahead of me, and I and turned his turn signal on, and I shot up to close the gap. So,
Well, you have the dash cam footage to back you up, so
yeah, which you can
um,
see there. I mean, you can see. I don't know if
yeah,
it comes through the camera, but you can see like red paint right there,
I can see the red. Yeah,
and it's not dripping anymore, but it was dripping all the wash fluid out, and you can see that his truck is red, and there was black paint on his bumper.
yeah. If the officer can't determine who's at fault right now, yeah, your best bet is just to send that footage into the insurance company because if the officer can't determine who's at fault, they're not going to take any action.
Right. Well, I mean,
So it all
YouTube
depends on their
channels,
observations.
one of the YouTube channels I like to watch is called Dashcam Lessons.
Hmm.
People sending in their personal dash cams, and I mean, all over the country, it seems to be a common thing where the insurance companies don't always agree with what a police report might say.
Hmm.
So it seems like the officer might be leaning a little more my direction because I was in the straight lane already.
Hmm.
The burden is on the person merging lanes to merge safely.
Yeah, especially if it was like a last minute decision that he was not wanting to just take a right and just trying to save time by cutting over real quickly.
I mean, from his perspective, he may have been trying, but if you don't turn your signal on until the last minute, or you wait to turn your signal on until you're on somebody's blind spot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The book does say you're supposed to turn your signal on for, depending on which state, combination of so many feet and so many seconds before you start to make any maneuvers.
Do you recall if he had his blinker on at all?
I never saw it,
Okay.
but I also wasn't necessarily paying 100% attention to him because he was in the turn lane. I was paying attention to the traffic in front of me. It's one of those irony situations where I took a detour because the main road that I normally take, I couldn't get on because there was an accident.
Ah,
So I took a detour to go around and got into an accident.
man. Oh, that's not fun. I'm so sorry. Um, but I am glad that you haven't had to use this app too many times because there's not really a fun reason to need to use this app.
There you can see
Uh,
now the black paint on his bumper and the
mhm.
scuffing on the. I wanted
Yeah,
to
it
wait
definitely
until
looks
they
like
walked away.
your vehicle has more damage. Um, it looks like than his vehicle.
But this is one of the main reasons I got a dash cam, though.
Definitely incredibly helpful for proving your side of the story in cases just like this.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. And I can just Google the non-emergency line, or is that on? Oh, it's on the back. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So I
Okay.
wasn't able to hear what the officer was saying. Do you have earbuds in?
Yeah, I do have earbuds
Okay.
in, and I have the noise canceling feature on.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't able to hear what he said.
So he said that um, here's the case number. I'm going to need to give that to the insurance when I call them. This is all the information they're going to need. He said it takes typically 5 days for the report to be generated. But as of right now, the way he's ruled it is since I was in the straight lane and the other gentleman was in the turn lane and he came into me, he's ruled I'm not at fault.
Okay, excellent. And then you have the dash cam footage to even further bolster that.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully everything will check out. So yeah, he was actually pretty polite given some of the stuff I've seen about the Lexington Police Department. So take your wins where you can get them.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm sorry that
Oh,
you had to be dealing with this today, but glad that the officer saw it the way that you saw it. Um, do you have any questions for me about this incident?
no. If I remember correctly, when I get home again, I'll just have to shoot off an email to the support staff
Yeah.
to get a link to download this video.
Yeah, and it'll have, we recorded the damage to your vehicle and the damage to the other vehicle, so you can, send those like screenshots in of that to the insurance company as well. Um, but other than that, yeah, I think the only thing I would say is that when you were talking to the officer, I couldn't hear him, so I don't think it's going to come through in the recording.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he said he was very professional. I don't think he said anything that would need to necessarily be heard in the recording.
Okay.
He just like he came up and asked what happened, and I was explaining, and he was kind of asking if the other guy was in front of me already, and this and that because that's what the other guy was saying. And I mean, the reality is when you're not paying 100% attention to the people in a lane that shouldn't be a concern to you, there's things that you're going to miss.
Yeah.
So it's possible at one point he was up ahead. I know that I didn't see a turn signal. And I know that I was trying to keep up with the traffic in front of me. And then I seen him coming over and he clipped the front of my car. And when I saw him coming over, even then I didn't see it. Now that doesn't mean it wasn't happening. It just means I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, yeah, I don't think that, any of your constitutional rights were infringed upon or anything like that. So it's probably not incredibly important that we caught the officers on the audio recording. But I just wanted you to be aware that you probably won't be able to hear that in the recording.
yeah, I have to try to remember to turn that feature next time.
All right,
All
sir.
right,
Well, if you
I now
have
I
any
gotta call my
questions,
union steward and find out what to do on the work front.
yep. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope this hasn't dampened it too much.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.